My pick for number 17 is Jumping Jack from episode 1. In the qualifier, Jack failed every obstacle but recovered very quickly from the fails and got a great time of 1 minute 43, the fastest of the episode. In the second round, he got second place on the Crusher, only losing to Bouncy Becky. In the first round of Dizzy Dummies, Jack got second place to Tiny Kelly. In the second round of Dizzy Dummies, he again got second, this time to Nuclear James. In the Wipeout Zone, Jack cleared every obstacle except for the launch pads. He then cleared on his second attempt after a pretty quick recovery and got a time of 2 minutes 11, winning the episode. Jack is very fast on the course, so he can use his speed to his advantage in the finale. For number 18, I'll pick Gymnast Rachel from episode 2. In the qualifier, it is assumed that Rachel failed every obstacle, but still managed to get third place with a great time of 1 minute 45 because of very quick recoveries. In the second round, she was able to outjump everyone else and get first place with a dramatic ending on the sweeper. In the first round of Dizzy Dummies, Rachel raced right across the cylinder run and got first place by far. In the second round of Dizzy Dummies, she completed some amazing dives on the crazy beams and again got first place. In the Wipeout Zone, Rachel failed the monkey bars on the brusher, but she still managed to get a great time of 2 minutes 8 due to very fast recoveries and won the episode. Rachel may not clear many of the obstacles she faces, but she is still very fast, so she can likely do very well in the finale. I'll pick Scary Claire from episode 4 for number 19. In the qualifier, Claire cleared the zip wire of doom as well as the first set of the walk of shame, getting second place with a great time of 1 minute 45. In the second round, she was able to beat every other competitor on the Crusher to get first place. In the first round of Dizzy Dummies, Claire dashed across the pipe bridge and got a third place, despite it taking her 3 attempts to complete. In the second round of Dizzy Dummies, she beat the colorful donut run with ease and again got first place. In the Wipeout Zone, Claire was trying to go incredibly fast, but failed the spinner, the brusher, and the launch pads. Even though she recovered from these fails insanely quickly, she ended up with a time of 2 minutes 45, which was third place. Claire was very fast to the obstacles, and she was consistently outperforming the competition. If she carries this good performance into the finale, she can do very well. I chose Crouching Tiger, Hidden Adam from episode 7 for number 20. In the qualifier, Adam cleared the sucker punch and got a great time of 1 minute 41 as a result of very speedy recoveries. In the second round, he got third place in the Crusher after overbalancing off his platform. In the first round of Dizzy Dummies, Adam got third place. In the second round of Dizzy Dummies, he again got third. In the Wipeout Zone, Adam cleared every obstacle except for the spinner, getting an amazing time of 1 minute 37 and winning the episode. Adam clears a lot of his obstacles, and when he doesn't, he recovers quickly. These are very good aspects to have in the finale when the competition will be stronger. I'm going to give Rowing John from episode 6 number 21. In the qualifier, John cleared the walk of shame and the sucker punch, becoming one of only 2 competitors to clear the former of which. He ended up with a great time of 1 minute 47, which was second place. In the second round, John got third place on the sack race. In the third round, John raced against semi-pro Chris on the door jam, who dominated the first 2 rounds of this episode. John was able to beat Chris and make it into the finale. In the Wipeout Zone, John cleared every obstacle besides the brusher and got a great time of 1 minute 57, clearing the episode. John cleared many of the obstacles he faced and is very fast, so he has a good chance of doing well in the finale. My pick for number 22 is Concord Carlos from episode 8. In the qualifier, Carlos cleared the top of towers in the bubble bath and got an amazing time of 1 minute 36, the second fastest of the episode. In the second round, he was part of the pile-up caused by fellow finalist On and On Donovan, ending up with third place. In the third round, he raced against Dargo Handler Chris in the door jam and was able to narrowly outrace him, getting into the finale. In the Wipeout Zone, Carlos cleared every obstacle besides the brusher, getting a great time of 1 minute 47 and second place. Carlos is very skilled as he crosses many obstacles he faces. He is also very fast. If he performs similarly in the finale, he will do very well. For number 23, I'll pick Knockout Chris from episode 7. In the qualifier, Chris cleared the sucker punch and the wall swing, getting a time of 1 minute 24, the fastest of the episode and the second fastest of the series. In the second round, he was able to beat the rest of the competition and get first place on the Crusher. In the first round of Dizzy Dummies, Chris bolted out of the gate and failed his first attempt at the tippy tables, but recovered extremely quickly and completed on his second attempt, getting second place. In the second round of Dizzy Dummies, he went through the barrel crossing very quickly and got first place. In the Wipeout Zone, Chris failed the brusher and the launch pads using the same double bounce approach that fellow finalist Gary the Clown attempted. He then did it successfully on his second attempt, getting a time of 2 minutes 2 seconds, getting second place. Chris is super fast and skilled, as well as being very determined to win. He has a very good chance to succeed in the finale. My pick for the highest number 24, is Drill Sergeant James from episode 8. In In the qualifier, James cleared the top towers, but since he recovered from his other fails so quickly, he was able to get a time of 1 minute 22, the fastest time of the episode and even the series. In the second round, he was knocked off his podium by On Donovan, causing him to get 5th place, even though he likely would have done better if he hadn't been knocked off. In the third round, James was able to outrace human pole vault Bryony in the door jam and qualify for the finale. In the wipeout zone, James cleared every obstacle except for the brusher, but he went so fast through the course that he was able to get the fastest time of the series at 1 minute 10, easily winning the episode. James doesn't clear many of the obstacles he faces, but he recovers ridiculously quickly. If he keeps this up in the finale, he has a good chance of winning the whole series. Now that all of the Series 2 finalists have their numbers, let's compare them to the competitors' results in the Champion Special. I gave number 1 to Rob the Tiger, so I thought that he had the least chance of success. In the finale, Rob failed every obstacle and got a time of 3 minutes 21, which was one of the slowest times of the episode, so my first prediction was a good one. I gave Dan Cruz number 2, but he didn't return for the finale for unknown reasons. I gave number 3 to Gussie Alex, who failed every obstacle and got one of the slowest times of the day, 3 minutes 14 seconds. I did say that he had a chance to go through to the next round if the obstacles were easy enough, but the tightrope of terror and the lunar landing were both pretty hard. I gave number 4 to Karate Chris, who I seemed to have failed every obstacle, getting a time of 2 minutes 57, not fast enough to qualify, but it wasn't too far off. He didn't carry the same determination that he had in the wipeout zone in his original episode, which could have been his downfall. I gave Olympic Les number 5, who was assumed to have failed every obstacle and got a time that was over 3 minutes. He didn't seem to do quite as good as he did in his first episode. I gave number 6 to Tiny Kelly, who was also assumed to have failed every obstacle and got a time of 2 minutes 52. This wasn't that bad, but I thought that maybe she could have cleared at least one obstacle, as she was very skilled in many of them in a previous episode. I gave number 7 to Nuclear James, who got an unknown time in the finale, but it is known that he failed the tightrope of terror and that his time was over 2 minutes 26 seconds, as he didn't qualify for the next round. I thought that he could have used his speed to recover quickly from the failures, but it doesn't seem that he was able to go quite as fast this time around. I gave Return of the Headband Dan number 8. This is the number that was very off from their results. In the qualifier, Dan cleared the lunar landing and got the third fastest time of the episode, 1 minute 38. He was then able to get third on the sweeper and even past Dizzy Dummies, getting third in both rounds. In the wipeout zone, he cleared the launch pads this time, but struggled on the battle run and got the time of 2 minutes 32, which was third place. Dan was a lot more determined this time around, which led to him being more efficient and driven on the courses than he was in his original episode. I gave number 9 to No Gary Barlow-Randy, who failed every obstacle and got a time of 3 minutes 7 seconds, one of the slowest times of the day. He didn't go as fast as he did in his original qualifier, and this was the prediction that I over-anticipated the most thus far. I gave number 10 to Unassuming Ricky, who cleared the lunar landing and finished the course with a time of 1 minute 52 seconds, the 5th fastest of the episode. He then did good on the crusher, but got knocked down by Cam and Aaron. It is possible that he could have got through to the Dizzy Dummies if this hadn't happened, but we'll never know. Overall, Ricky improved on his performance from his debut episode. I gave number 11 to On Donovan, who failed every obstacle and got a time of 4 minutes 1 second, assumed to be the slowest of the day, due to being stuck in the mud for a long time. I thought that Donovan had a chance to get past the qualifier, but it didn't end up happening. My number 12 pick was Nervous Anthony, who failed every obstacle and got a time of 2 minutes 27 seconds, which was 1 second off from qualifying for the second round. I thought that he could maybe cross at least an obstacle to help his time get into the next round, but it didn't go that way because the obstacles were harder. He did still do about as good as I expected. My pick for number 13 was Painty Katie, who cleared the big red balls on the lunar landing, getting a time of 1 minute 55 seconds. She was then eliminated by the crusher, getting 11th, but getting this far exceeded my expectations slightly. I gave Cameron Aaron number 14, who ended up being the only competitor to clear the tightrope of terror, as well as clearing the sucker punch in the lunar landing, getting a time of 2 minutes 18. He was then eliminated by the crusher, getting 9th place, but he did well by using his skills on the obstacles, getting him into the next round. I gave Bullboy Benny number 15, who is assumed to have failed every obstacle and got a time of 2 minutes 48 seconds, 2 spots away from qualifying for the next round. He did a little bit worse than I anticipated, but not very much. I gave number 16 to Gary the Clown. It is assumed that he failed every obstacle, but he was barely able to qualify for the next round with a time of 2 minutes 23 seconds. In the crusher, he got 7th place, only 2 away from making it to Dizzy Dummies, as a result of Cowman and Aaron starting a pile-up. If he had made it to the third round, it is possible that he could have passed that as well, since he did well in his first episode of Dizzy Dummies. never lived up to my expectations for the finale. My pick for number 17 was Jumping Jack, who was assumed to have failed every obstacle in the qualifier, but he was still able to get a great time of 1 minute 54 seconds. In the Crusher, Jack narrowly made it into the top 5, getting 5th. In Dizzy Dummies, he just got through to the first round with a photo finish, and then got eliminated in the second round by not being one of the first 3 competitors to finish the donut run. Jack did great in the finale, even exceeding my pretty high expectations. I gave number 18 to Now Green Rachel, who cleared the first hit of the Tightrope of Terror and the Sucker Punch, getting a time of 1 minute 44 seconds, the 4th fastest of the episode. In the Crusher, she was wiped out by the sweeper arm and got 10th place, not making it to the 3rd round. Rachel did about as well as I predicted. I gave Scary Claire number 19, who failed every obstacle but got a time of 2 minutes 2 seconds, which got her into the next round. In the Crusher, she repeated her performance from the original episode and got 1st place. Unfortunately, she was narrowly eliminated in the first round of Dizzy Dummies due to a photo finish. She did as good as I anticipated. My pick for number 20 was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Atom, who cleared the lunar landing and barely qualified for the second round with a time of 2 minutes 26, getting 12th place. He then got 12th in the Crusher, being the first to fall. Adam did decently, but not quite as good as I was anticipating. I gave number 21 to Wrong John. He cleared the lunar landing and got a time of 2 minutes flat. In the Crusher, he was the last to be eliminated, getting 6th place. He did about as good as I expected. I gave Concord Colors number 2, but he didn't return for the champion special for unknown reasons. Wrong John speculated that he may have gotten injured somewhere in the original episode. That's unfortunate because I think he could have done very well. My pick for number 23 was Not Guy Chris. In the qualifier, he cleared the big red balls with amazing speed and got the new fastest time of the series, 1 minute 21 seconds. He then got 2nd place in the Crusher, the first round of Dizzy Dummies, and the second round, making it to the Wipeout Zone. There, he did amazingly, but unfortunately got 2nd place again, getting a time of 1 minute 11 seconds, but losing by 1 second. Chris did even better than I expected by using his determination to win. My top pick of number 24 was given to Drill Sergeant James. In the qualifier, he failed every obstacle, but still got a very fast time of 1 minute 33 seconds. He then got 4th in the Crusher, then getting 1st in both rounds of the Dizzy Dummies. In the Wipeout Zone, he virtually cloned his first run, getting the same time of 1 minute 10 seconds and winning the series by 1 second. This prediction was a good one. All in all, only around half of my predictions were accurate, while the rest were surprising. I will continue to make these for the other champion specials, next being Series 3. Stay tuned.